So whales. What about the whales?
All back. I think you're bringing them back.
Always bring it back.
Let's.
Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your host, Austin Travis. Take it away, guys. Whales.
We did it, peeps. Welcome back. Welcome back. New season.
New
season.
New
Season
season,
9.
same amount of whales.
Episode 1. That's right. This is our 80th? 81st episode? 81st episode. 81st episode. Season 9, episode 1.
Yeah.
Bro, what have you been eating the past couple weeks? I haven't seen you.
You know, last weekend we went out of town and ate a bunch of good stuff. I don't remember it. We went to the greatest restaurant in the world, Golden Corral.
Oh, snap. Where did you find one of those?
Branson. They got one there in Branson.
Oh, and I bet Branson's got a great Golden Corral. I don't think I've ever eaten at the Golden Corral in Branson, but
it's so good.
My wife is very we won't eat something that we could eat here, and we used to have a Golden Corral in Claremont until recently.
It was not good for a long time though.
There's a reason it shut down.
Oh yeah, it wasn't good. It got better near the end, but then just shut down. There's a really good one in Muskogee.
Yeah, the one in Muskogee is good. It is.
But the one in Branson is like almost a step above that because had me just a massive steak. I went over to the steak and had it how I wanted, plopped that on the plate, and then I just covered it and everything else.
Yeah.
And the kids just got whatever they wanted. Where else did we eat over the weekend?
Oh. Sorry for all you YouTube people that are watching me drool over here. I apologize. Clean myself up a little bit.
For dinner tonight, we bought these frozen chicken breasts, breaded chicken breasts from Sam's that are stuffed. Mine was a cordon bleu stuffed chicken breast. And the wife had a broccoli and cheddar stuffed chicken breast, and you just bake them.
Okay.
And they're freaking awesome. Had that with some rice. What have you been?
Good.
What have you been partaking in?
Man, today I had some burritos for dinner. Yesterday I had pigs in a blanket for dinner.
Burritos for lunch.
I had an abomination for lunch.
Oh yeah.
I had hamburger patty.
Oh, you
pepper
had
jack cheese.
You had another abomination.
Buffalo chicken strips on top of that. Then I had American cheese on top of that, and then as a sauce, I used hummus. And then, yeah. Woo.
Next time they have burgers up there where you ate them, I'll go over with you, and I'll let you make me a burger.
Oh snap! Okay, I'll do it. So good, so good.
So.
You like getting sloppy?
I do. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
You'll be picking buffalo chicken out of your beard for the podcast.
Hey,
because they always do it on podcast nights.
I'm here for the viewers, all 5 of you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who you are, but keep watching.
That's right.
Hey, I had somebody at work that I told them about this, and he watched our episode 9, and said that was interesting. You guys are some weird individuals. I said, thank you for the compliment, sir.
Like our 9th episode overall?
No, the 8, 9, right before the live stream.
Okay.
I don't think he saw the live. I don't think he clicked on the live stream.
That's fair.
I'm like, yeah, that sounds about. You found the right podcast.
As long as he subscribes, that's all that matters.
I didn't see an increase in that, but.
What a jerk. It doesn't take anything just to... If you are listening to this or watching us and you are not subscribing, that's just rude. It's just a button. But
continue watching. If you don't want to subscribe, we're not going to force you. But do it. Because he knows where you live.
I could find out.
He could find out. He could do it.
Yeah.
and I know a guy that
We-
could annoy you, and that's about it. Hey, some gaming news. I could do this now.
Oh, let's go. Gaming. What's
I'm
up?
excited, sir. Excited.
Like, cowabunga excited.
So much of the collection, of the Cowabunga collection. They dropped the release date for it. Did you hear about this?
I did hear about this.
August 30th. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. I'm excited.
Did they give a price yet?
I think
We know how much it's going to cost.
it was 30 last I saw it.
Ooh, that's not bad. I might actually
40.
be able to get that.
40.
Whoa. Selling kidneys over here, are we? Mr.
40.
Richie Britches over here, dropping
Sorry.
40.
That's 14 games, sir. 14 games. I thought it was 30. That's my bad. That might have been... It may be on Steam digitally for 30.
Okay. But yeah, that is really cool. I've saw rumors about a trailer dropping for Scarlet and Violet. Were those just rumors, or was there a trailer?
I've
Seen
kind of been
anything?
staying away from it
Okay.
because there's a lot of spoilers out there. So I don't want to know. I did hear there was it's not really a spoiler, but there was some information about how the gems will work in this game, because I've heard that it's going to be completely open world, completely first time the Pokemon games ever, other than what little open world we had in Arceus.
That was kind of linear, but open world-ish at the same time.
It was like a bunch of wild areas.
Yep.
Separated. But
yeah,
Scarlet and Violet's going to be completely open world. From what I've heard, I don't know, there's probably like a little tutorial that you'll have to do, like in every game, where you'll get your starter, fight your rival, go get your Pokedex, and those will probably be pretty linear.
Yeah.
It'll probably stop you. That'll probably be in a small area that it won't let you leave into the main world until you're done with that. But from what I understand, once you're released into the open world, you can do, there's no set order that you have to do gyms. You can go to any gym in any order you want, but they're all set level from the beginning and don't change. So you can hit what would in other games be the 8th and final gym at the very beginning at like level 5, and they're going to be at like 50 or 60, and they will wreck you. You can enter, you can try to fight, and just get wrecked.
That if it was completely open world, like, if you wanted to, you could run around, but never even have to get that first Pokemon. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to progress if you never get your first Pokemon.
Well, like I said,
but you're running around and you can literally go into a town and see all the sides. But if you don't go over here first, where they tell you, go over to Jim's house, or something, I don't know. Professor Palm over here.
I'm about 90% certain that that you're not released into the open world until you get your first Pokemon.
Right.
Like,
and I'd like you to be able to go into the wild without it. And just die, maybe. I better go get this first.
You remember in, like, the original Red and Blue, when you're in Pallet Town, if you try to go up into the grass, there's that kid that'll stop you. And the game physically will not let you pass. You have to go do this before. I have a feeling something similar to that's going to happen.
Yeah,
and
you're right. It probably will.
If you remember in Sword and Shield, you come out of your house, and then how it's kind of like there's only one path, and if you try to go up to that first town,
those sheep were blocking, right?
Sheep were blocking you. Yeah, I'm about 90% certain that they're going to do that.
Probably will.
I just don't foresee them being like, all right, name your character, do what you want. I don't see them doing that.
They probably won't.
Because even
I'd like it, but that's fine.
Because even like Skyrim has a tutorial tunnel.
That's it.
So, like, is what it is. But I'm like I said, I am mostly excited for this new Cowabunga collection, sir.
Are you gonna play them in chronological order? How are you gonna play?
I plan on breaking a keyboard in half trying to beat the original Ninja Turtle first.
Wow.
I've never beat that one.
I don't think I have either.
Someone we know has said they have beat it, but it took them save states. Cram beat it on an emulator with save states.
Okay.
But he said it was the most frustrating thing he's ever done in his life. So, I think most of them, I think all of them, but that one has co-op. You can at least play. I think the 2 and I want to say number 2 has 2-player co-op. I don't think they had 4-player co-op until like Hyperstone Heist, and it may have still only been 2-player. I remember whatever one came out on the Genesis, because I had a 4-player adapter. I lost you. You there? Lost you. Alright, I hear you now.
Alright.
You there?
I'm here.
Okay, something just hiccuped. But I had all my original Genesis. I had a adapter that plugged into the front, plugged into both controller ports, and it was a 4-player adapter. And I had 4 6-button controllers, and we could play. There was like 3 games that we had out of like the 15 that I owned for the original Genesis back in the day that was capable of 4 players.
Yeah.
And I want to say one of the Turtles games you could.
Yeah, I've had the multi-port for the NES and the Super NES. I never had it for the Genesis.
See, I didn't have a Super NES. Never owned one. We went from my parents got us the NES, and then they bought us a Genesis because I think it was cheaper. Or I don't know, but they just saw it and went, "Oh, let's get this."
Yeah.
We got it for Christmas one year.
Sweet.
And then I never had an N64.
Ooh. Never? Not even as an adult? You never
I didn't have one as an adult, but we didn't have it as a kid.
Okay.
Because I had an NES, and then I had a Genesis, and I had a Sega Saturn, and then I bought my original Xbox. And then the first Nintendo I owned as like myself was the Wii.
Okay.
So my little brother had a GameCube. I never had a GameCube.
I never had a Saturn. Never did.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't? Okay. I'm not missing anything.
No, because my older brother bought it, and whenever Sega stopped supporting it, he got him a PS2 and gave me the Saturn, and I had a soccer game on it.
I remember it had that game with the that guy. He was like a clown or a jester or something, and it always looked super cool. Like I wanted to play it.
Gauntlet Legends?
Maybe? It was like I'm trying to think of how it was one of their
Dark Legacy.
It was like it wasn't like an RPG. It was like an adventure game, but it was like not super serious. I'm gonna have to go into the searching machine to find out what this game was called. But it looked really cool, and I was like always wanting one. Never got one. Made me sad. Now I'm an adult. I wonder if I can find one for like $100.
What's that?
A Sega Saturn.
Wouldn't be worth it.
The
games are stupid expensive. A lot of the games are just way overpriced because they just didn't make many of them.
Yeah, look at this. This website has all North American release Sega Saturn games.
I know I saw one for that there's that game store that's in your town, that FTW.
Yeah.
He sometimes has one.
Sometimes has a Saturn or Saturn games.
Both. He always has Saturn games, I believe. But they're
Earthworm Jim 2 was on Sega Saturn?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But I think it was also
Gex. That I remember. I've never played it, but I remember that being a thing. Gex was pretty popular. I was just. See, I was more of a Nintendo. I liked. I was really into RPGs.
Yeah.
And so, like, the Super Nintendo was like my jam.
Because it was packed with RPGs, but guess what? They haven't put on the Nintendo Online collection for Super Nintendo any RPGs.
Yeah, it was called Nights into Dreams. Nights into Dreams was the game that I saw, and that was like when I saw Saturn. That's what I thought of, and I'm like, man, that looks so cool.
I don't know why I didn't think of the Nights games. You floated.
I guess he's not really a jester, is he?
A genie. I thought it was a she.
I don't.
But yeah, I know about the Nights games. I never really played them. I think I played the first Night game.
Yeah, I would love to see. I want them to put Mario RPG in the online.
They need to. I don't know why they haven't.
Have you ever got to play that? Have you ever got to play Mario RPG?
I had it on emulator, and I tried to play it, and just, I guess because it was on an emulator on my phone, I just didn't get into it. Maybe if I try to play it on my Switch. I've always wanted to. If they'd ever drop it into the freaking online to play, that'd be flippin' awesome. Less than 50 days from the kickoff of the NFL.
Closer. Getting closer.
Hey, do you have any breaking news?
Spit it now! I do. So, we all love Nick Jonas, right? Well, him and his woman, Priyanka Chopra, which I wonder if that's, what's his name? Deepak Chopra? What's that guy's name? I can't think of his name.
Sounds right.
If you think of his name, tweet us or email us. But anyway, they were on this dreamy getaway, and they were celebrating their daughter's 6-month birthday. Isn't that sweet?
Some would say.
I think it's sweet.
Where's the news in this? Is that it?
Famous people were on a dreamy getaway and have with their 6-month-old baby.
My sources just inform me they don't care. Hey, you want some better breaking?
What's his name? Deepak Chopra? What is that guy's name? I want to know if this girl is that guy's daughter.
I don't know. Hey, you want to hear some good breaking news that I had?
Okay. What's some good breaking news?
It's not good breaking news. It's hilarious. Well, that's not hilarious. So, I just lost his name. Quarterback of the New York Jets.
Yeah. I also can't think of his name because nobody cares about him. He was a bust.
No, he's the new one. Zach Wilson.
Oh, that one. The one that was hooking up with moms.
Yeah. About it. How his girlfriend broke up with him because she found out he was doing bad things with his mother's best friend.
Oh, that's funny.
So now she's dating a Washington Commanders wide receiver.
That's great.
Which when somebody told me, hey, did you hear that the Zach Wilson's ex-girlfriend's dating one of your receivers? I'm like, oh, really? So I look it up. It's a it's a receiver I've never heard of. I think he's on our practice squad. But I think he played I want to say he played on where'd Zach Wilson come? Okay, so he's from BYU. I think that she's now dating his old roommate that was a wide receiver with him at BYU, and they were all friends together at BYU. But this guy's now he's some practice squad receiver for Washington. Or he's trying to make the team or something. It's undrafted rookie or something. I don't know. When they finally named him, I'm like, I don't know who that is. Never heard of him.
And that's probably best.
I don't know. That was some stupid breaking news. I heard that one during the weeks we were off.
That's funny. That's funny. I love a funny story. I'm also, I'm into the sweet stories about the Jonas, but I'm into funny guys hooking up with mom stories. Those are funny.
I mean, yeah. Speaking of hooking up with best friends' moms, I don't have nothing. I thought I was going to segue that into something, but you want to talk about our movie?
Oh, wait. Let's go. Boom, 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 movie.
Retro movie review.
Why is that my go-to sound now whenever you talk about anything? You're like breaking news, I'm like breaking news, Nickelodeon.
I don't really know what you're doing there.
Lame.
Road to Perdition.
So freaking good. Never seen it before, but man, I really enjoyed it a lot.
I realized it's been so long since I have watched this movie, I didn't remember hardly any of it. What I thought I remembered must have been a different movie. But this was I do remember watching this after watching it and remembering great movie. Tom Hanks. Yeah. Great character.
It was one of those ones. It was just like, I don't know. It was just nice. It was wholesome. It was like a coming of age story with the kid who, back in Prohibition era.
Depression era is 1931. So I think most of this movie happened over the span of 6 months in 1931. And how it actually had historical characters. I think they mentioned Capone at one point.
Yeah, he went to seek support from Capone after his wife was killed.
Yes. And then, what's the actor's name? The old man, Paul Newman.
Yep.
He was Rooney. I think his main character, I think they were the Rooneys, which they were a big crime family back then. Just kind of a good look at, that part of history. You want to know what Metacritic has to say? I'm off. Like, this is we've been off for 2 weeks. Like, gonna get back into this.
I think Metacritic I think they were back.
36 critics out of 100.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I think they gave him a 79. I think a high 70 grade.
Pretty close. They actually gave it a lower 70. They gave it a 72.
Oh, not as okay. All right.
I can see how some people. I can see how some people probably would have given this a lower score. 416 users out of 10.
I'm sure they liked it. I'm going 8.4.
Closer to what you said before. It was a 7.9.
Okay. All right.
Were you shocked when Daniel Craig's character said that one line to that kid early in the movie?
That was hilarious. I think I laughed out loud.
I did. I know I did.
That was, oh my goodness. That was and then the kid like repeats it like when they're in bed together, like going to sleep. The brothers are going to sleep. And then that brother just like looks up like, did he just say what I think he said?
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Daniel Craig's character was just interesting.
It is weird to me to hear him speak in an American accent.
Yeah.
It's so weird for me.
So the critics, 29 positive, 7 mixed.
Mm-hmm.
Users have 344 positive, 3 mixed, 39 negative. The Miami Herald gave it 100. Overflowing with melancholy and tragedy, Road to Perdition is one of the most somber gangster pictures ever made.
Right.
The New York Times gave it 100 and said a truly majestic visual tone poem.
Oh, okay. That was word vomit, but...
Yeah, I mean, all good things. LA Weekly gave it a 40.
Why? Let's talk about that.
Oh,
I want to know why somebody thinks it sucks.
I'm trying to get these words figured out. It says like a date who primped too long to arrive at dinner with something to talk about. Road to Perdition is beautifully groomed and a perfect drag to be with.
Yeah, word vomit.
The Washington Post, which I thought I already read the Washington... No, it was Miami Herald. Washington Post gave it a 70 and said,
Okay.
There's something impressive and yet lacking about everything. It had some comedy in there as well, a little bit. Like, he's trying to... Like, when the boy's trying to learn how to drive that car...
That was kind of funny.
That was funny, and then when they're... After they robbed a couple banks and they're sitting there at that diner, and the boy's like, when do I get my cut of the money? And he's like, how much do you want? And he's like, $200. And he's like, I think we can make that happen.
Yeah, that was that was good.
Wait, could have I asked for more? You'll never know.
That was good.
That was just too much. Now at the end, before we get into comments and media, at the end when he returns back to that farm,
yeah,
like when they left the farm, they left money behind.
Yep.
But only some of the money, right? Or did they leave everything?
It was only some. It was just that one bag.
So all the money was under the back seat of the car, right? When the boy drives back to that farm to live with that family, is all the money in the back of that car?
Could be. It could be loaded.
Like,
it could still be in there in that car.
Yeah.
Let's take a road trip, bro. Let's go.
Where was Perdition?
Near Lake Michigan. So
yeah, it would have been up in the Northeast, wouldn't it? Because most of it's all happening near New York.
So, because they had to drive through Chicago to get there.
That's right, they did.
So, and so it has to be around that area because they left their house, drove through Chicago on their way to Perdition.
I'm pretty certain that car is still not there.
Maybe, or maybe we are the first ones to ever think of this.
That's a fact. Hey, you know what else is a fact?
What?
This is on Common Sense Media.
It is not. Oh, it is on?
It is,
okay.
it is.
All right. Let's do this.
And Nell Minow.
Okay. I don't recognize that name.
I do.
Is it Neil?
Nell. Minow.
Okay.
I'm going to assume this is a she.
Okay.
Nell.
That's fair.
Minow.
We're allowed to assume genders on this show.
Okay. As long as you're okay with that. She says 16 plus. Wow, that's impressive. That was impressive.
Sorry. Was that on camera?
Oh, yeah. got me stopped.
It was a big chunk of ice, man. It was huge.
Man, that was.
I had to
I
go
was impressed.
full wide open.
I noticed. I was just watching you. The audio people will never know. If you want to know, you got to get in the YouTubes. So
Yeah.
Nell, 16 plus, 4 stars.
Nice. Okay. I can agree
Oscar-winning
with
father-son drama has cursing and violence. Cursing violence.
that. I didn't think that maybe it was overshadowed. I didn't think the cursing was all too bad. I mean,
There
it
was
had
some-
some words. You
it had
had
those
the
two
Daniel
F-bombs.
Craig line. Yeah, you had the Daniel Craig line and another, but like I didn't really think it was that bad. But maybe I was just too into the movie to actually pick up on that stuff.
I think this might be a first. 3 parents, that's not the first, say 14 plus, 5 stars.
Nice.
Now, there's only 3 people, but those 3 people agree that this is a 5-star movie. 11 kids. How do we have more kids than adults?
Adults have more kids than themselves.
Okay. They're saying 14 plus, 4 stars.
Okay, so the kids really weren't as big of fans. I can see that. It is a little bit slower of a movie.
It is.
So I can see where it wouldn't keep kids' attention. I can see that. I agree. It's definitely in the 4 to 5 range. At 4.5 average is not a bad rating at all.
So, positive messages.
Ooh, this one is a tough one. Positive messages.
I would have gave it a higher score than they did, but I'll ruin that.
Man, I would personally, I'm trying to think of a positive message.
I mean, there was one overarching
Yeah.
one. Huh?
You know, I would give it a 1.
They gave it a 1. I would have gave it a 2. I mean, the father and son dynamic and him just trying, because
Like he didn't want his son to end up like him.
yeah, he was doing everything he did, which may have been everything wrong,
Exactly.
illegal, but
Exactly.
he was doing everything to protect his son, because that's all he had left. And the
Yeah.
only reason he was a gangster from the very beginning was because Rooney helped him and his family. You know, something must have happened early in their marriage for them to have to, because Rooney bought their house, set them up, and then he just had to work for the old man.
Yep.
But to get out from under all that, he had to do a lot of things. This says, in spite of the line of work the father is in, it explores the bond between father and son.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, I think I agree that it was pretty much the father doing everything he could to make sure that his son didn't end up being the person that he was the entire movie. So it's kind of one of those weird. He was doing everything he was doing, but it was so that his son wouldn't do anything that he was doing.
Okay, so we got positive role models.
Okay.
I don't agree with her.
Once again, I think one.
See, I would give it a 1 or a 2. Because he was a positive role model.
He was being the person he thought he needed to be to make sure his son wasn't who he was.
And his family, before they were all killed, he was...
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Take care of the family.
Because he didn't bring work home.
Right.
So the household didn't really have... they didn't even know what he did. I think the wife knew what he was doing.
Right, yeah, she had some knowledge.
But this says not present.
Interesting, okay.
But it says no positive role models. The father is a mobster, and while it's shown that he became a mobster for the sake of providing for his family and out of loyalty to the mentor who took him in. he's still a henchman sent to collect on debts owned to his boss. But I don't know. You gotta give him something for the. I mean, he's doing it for his family.
Right.
Is he a bad guy? I like at the end when they're like, some people ask me if he's a bad guy, and all I tell them is, he was my father. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
He wasn't a bad man. He wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't evil.
Right.
He was just doing what he had to do to provide for his family.
Yep.
Violence and scarriness.
Probably. Again, this is there was a lot of violence, but it wasn't like Evil Dead. I would say 4.
You could almost just say there's this pull the scariness off that.
Yeah, there wasn't any scariness.
It was all just violence. Okay, so they gave it a 4.
Okay.
Which I can agree with that. It's not a 5.
Yeah, it's not a 5.
It says gun violence, characters shot and killed with guns and machine guns, often at point blank range. A mother and young son are shot and killed in a home invasion. Doesn't actually show it. I was impressed with that.
Right. Yep.
It didn't actually show her or the kid getting shot. It cut away, and I'm like, props to that. Tween boy. Tween boy shown in the middle of a fist fight with another tween boy inside a classroom. Talk of rape. Not sure why that had to be added.
I don't even remember that conversation. I don't know what they're talking about there.
I vaguely remember, but I don't remember where it was in the movie. I remember them talking about it, but don't remember. Sex, romance, and nudity. This one's a rough one to gauge, too.
There was that one weird scene in that speakeasy. I would give it maybe a 2.
I give it a 2.
Yeah. Get 2.
Said some talk about sex. Antagonist stays with a prostitute. Jude Law. When he's in that room looking out the window, and there's the girl behind him.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's true.
His character was weird.
He was very weird.
And
he was a weird guy.
Just the writing for that character was just, but he did perfect in that role.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like that was like he made that character more weird somehow.
It was a very weird character.
Very odd, but I could see that you could get away with that back then.
Right.
I don't think that kind of a job is something you could do now. And so, language.
This one's tough. Like I said, I recall a few F-bombs. I would say probably a 3. I don't recall a lot of language. I know that there were some big ones in there, and so I bet there's a lot that I missed. I would say 3. It
says 4.
4, okay.
This says frequent profanity, F-word, said by adults in one of the, it says tween character. That was a young boy. The boy that actually said it was, what was he, like 6, 7?
Yeah.
He was the younger son. It was the younger brother that said it.
Yeah.
He was a young boy. The other boy was what, like 12 or 13?
I think he was Jr.? 11 or 12. Yeah.
Somewhere in there. And the brother was like 7, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah.
So, yeah, this said S word, a P word, D word, A word, and hell. Was this even rated R? It was rated R.
Have to be, right? Because there were at least 2 F-bombs.
And all the violence. So, products and purchases.
Not present.
Not even clickable.
Good.
I want to buy a Tommy gun.
Be cool. Don't cancel us. All right, I should have said that'll be cool.
Drinking, drugs, and smoking.
Ah, this one is interesting. I would personally probably give it a 3, but it wouldn't surprise me if this lady gave it a 4.
She gave it a 3.
She gave it a what?
Gave it a 3.
A 3? Okay.
This is one of those movies that I feel like there's a lot of smoking that you just don't recognize because they're always
Right.
Because back
I mean, even the young boy. Did you catch that? Like he he stole the tobacco and then was like packed his pipe and rode home on his bike, smoking a pipe.
I guess I missed that, but they're mentioning it here. It says characters drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes. Tween boy smokes from a pipe. They really love calling this boy a tween boy.
Yeah, it's one of the Pee Wee Herman word of the day.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just one of those movies that I don't pay attention because it's not like they go the entire movie, and then all of a sudden you just see like you never really see them light up. They just always have it.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Adult. Reviewed this 13 years ago. Said I love the game of 5. I love this movie. It was so incredible. I can watch it over and over and over. I don't agree. Once every 20 years. Over and over again, and it's one of those movies that will dazzle. Spelled beautiful wrong. Like, really wrong. Beautiful music and fantastic acting as well as directing.
I liked it.
This adult, 14 years ago, gave it a 5. Said, I'm just going to say that the cinematography alone is worth the price of admission. Rental now. Watch it. Everybody needs to watch it. Really good. Anything else you want to mention about this?
I don't think so. I think we hit on all the points. It was just such a good movie. I don't know. I just really liked it. I can't like describe like any. Oh, the acting was great. I don't know. It was just
everything was done right. Everything they tried.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was just so good. Yeah, they hit on all the points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through trying to look at what our next movie's going to be.
I'm wondering. I was about to ask you that. I saw. Did you see that? And this probably won't really reflect what we're gonna watch.
Okay.
But for everybody out there looking for something to watch, Disney Plus just added a bunch of X-Men movies to Disney Plus.
No.
I saw Days of Future Past, and I saw like the newer X-Men movies. Logan just got added.
Okay.
The newest one, the last one that had Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, which I've never seen it. I'm gonna have to sit down and watch it. Both the Deadpool movies got added, which that surprises me.
Deadpool got added to Disney Plus. Yeah. What? There is no way. That's crazy.
I haven't double checked it, but I got an email from Disney Plus.
That it warning you.
It just said it was showing everything new added to Disney Plus, and both Deadpools were on there, and a bunch of.
Did you finish Ms. Marvel?
I haven't. No.
Okay. Because it alludes to a future movie coming out, or a future TV show called The Marvels. I don't know anything about it. It was the first time I ever heard anything.
Okay.
But you know how at the end it always say so and so will return in. Well, that at the end of this one it says Ms. Marvel will return in The Marvel. Well, I don't know what that is. But
you watched it. You watched Multiverse of Madness, right?
Yeah.
So they introduced America, Chavez in that one.
Yeah.
Her, Camilla Khan, Squirrel Girl, Ironheart.
Don't know who that is.
and Spider-Gwen
Okay.
are all in a team-up series that the wife likes watching. So they've introduced 2 of the characters, and they could easily bring Spider-Gwen in with the all the
Isn't
multiverse.
Spider-Gwen in Spider-Verse or in that
The cartoon
Into the
one
Spider-Verse? Yeah.
in the cartoon. We were actually talking the other day. We'll get to our movie here in a minute, but we were talking the other day how cool would it be for them to do a Miles Morales live action movie or a TV series, but instead of having Tom Holland be like the mentor Spider-Man, have it more as the cartoon where they bring in an older Spider-Man, bring in Tobey Maguire from the other. He like gets sucked back through the multiverse into the Miles Morales universe where Spider-Man has just died, and he now has to teach. It'd be cool to see Tobey Maguire having to mentor a new Spider-Man, because he'd be that.
That'd be cool.
He'd be that Peter B. Parker character that's like eating cheeseburgers and wearing sweatpants.
I like that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
If they wanted to bring him back, and he wouldn't really have to be Spider-Man much.
Yeah, and I heard, and this I don't know if this will get us canceled or not.
Probably, but go for it.
But somebody was mentioning that if Caitlyn Jenner was to be a superhero, that she would either be an X-Man or a Transformer. I don't know what you thought about that.
Oh. I gotta disappear. I'm not here.
You're not. You just.
You're on your own.
But anyway, all right.
Cut that one out.
Oh goodness. All right. So have you put? Okay. So I'm gonna spit.
Rollouts.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna spit some movies out here, and well, we can. I'm gonna run down some movies that I see that I'm like, these would probably be decent, and you can let me know if we talked about Seven. That's a good one. You haven't seen it.
I have not.
It's a good one. Goodfellas. I've never seen it. I know that that's a classic. These are all on Netflix.
Okay.
John Carpenter's Vampires. I've never seen it.
What?
I like John Carpenter. It could be good. The Replacements. Good movie.
Watched it just a while back. I love that movie. Probably one of my favorite.
So good. Troy. Eraser. Both.
Yeah.
I've never seen Eraser, but I know
it's not.
I haven't. It's one of it's a movie that we would watch. The Talented Mr. Ripley. I've heard of it, never seen it. It's one of those dramatic. I think. I don't know. Oh well, this calls it a psychological suspenseful thriller. So I guess I'm way off. I don't know what that is. I just know I've heard of it. I guess that's it. But yeah, so those caught my eye as, hey, these would be pretty good.
First Mission Impossible.
The first one?
The first, yeah.
Nice.
I was looking at Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yes. But I'm gonna let you pick this one. I think I picked. Well, yeah. Well, I want you to pick this one. What are we gonna watch?
I like it. I think it's hilarious that we're like, let's get into the 2000s this season, but now all the movies I'm seeing I want to watch was mid 90s.
Right. We do what we want. It's our show.
Oh, I know. We do exactly what we want. I'm adding movies to my list that I'll just watch through the week that we're not going to review.
All right.
You said Eraser's one you've not seen?
I have not seen Eraser.
I don't even remember what that one even is. So let's do that one.
Okay.
I could use some Arnold right now. This world needs a lot more.
96 action adventure.
Yep.
A U.S. Marshal who erases the identities of those he's assigned to protect, dodges bullets, assassins, and 747s as he tries to shield a government witness. Nice.
Darn skimpy.
Do it. Eraser. We're doing it. There you are. Lost
Who?
my camera.
Okay.
Eraser. We're doing it.
Let's do this.
What else?
Let's see here.
We got our movie.
Man, I thought this new album I've been waiting for was gonna come out in July, because everything that was talking about it was like, hey, we're dropping this new album in July. And then I saw on Amazon that the album doesn't drop till August 12th, give or take a couple days. The new Deceiver album from Arch Enemy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Even though they've dropped half the album on the YouTubes, which I was looking at it on somewhere and it was only showing the album only having 5 songs, and if it's like that, I would be very disappointed. But yet, Amazon wants a full 16 for the hard copy CD. So it must be a full album. Because normally if it's like a short EP, it would be like a lot cheaper, or it'd even be on disc. So, gotta wait another almost full month. Excited. That's the music I want to listen to.
Yeah, pretty good.
You been listening to any good music?
I love all music. I don't know. I don't want to name drop anything. I dabbled. There's a new Amberlin. I don't know if you know Amberlin. I'm sure you've heard of it. They're coming out with a new album.
Nice.
That's pretty exciting. So it's been a long time. They're an older band, and so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm interested to hear if, like, is it going to be like old Amber? Are they new Amberlin? I don't know. But yeah, I just heard a couple days ago that they are going to be putting out a new album. So I'm like, hey, sweet.
That movie. Okay, we're watching this one here in a couple weeks. Sorry, I was still looking through. You mentioned John Carpenter's Vampires?
Yeah.
That's James Woods.
Is he, like, as a star?
Yeah. James Woods. That's his vampire movie. Oh, that's going on my list. We're watching that one here in a couple weeks.
Nice. Do it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in what did I say? I used a new one. No, I can't remember. I'll tell you later. I said something the other day. I used a new Fat Minute.
Kenny second.
No, it wasn't Obie Sour. It was there was another one.
A rap singer.
You ever heard me say I'll be back in an Obie Sour?
No.
It's just kind of
That's a good one.
play on the Fat Minute. Yeah. I think we're gonna be good there, sir.
Do it, bro. Do it. Peeps, it's been fun. Welcome to season 9. Like, comment, subscribe. Just play us in the background. You don't even have to actually listen to us. Just do all the right things. Love us. Tweet us. Leave us voicemails. That still hasn't happened yet.
Has it not? I haven't been paying attention.
It hasn't. So leave us a voicemail. Somebody do it.
And hey, see you next week.
Yeah. Yeah.